Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome back to Railroad Ghost Stories with TTC, an audio series where we delve into the depths of the pages of the book called Ghost Train, American Railroad Ghost Legends by Tony Reevy. In this installment today, we head to the Deep South, where we take a look at a story from pretty much the last century. While it may seem not too long ago for the purposes of history, this one is definitely one that can send shivers down your spine if you have the imagination. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us begin with the Yazoo and Mississippi Valley Ghost Train. A young African-American brakeman was working a freight train from Cleveland, Mississippi to Memphis, Tennessee in 1913. The train had orders to meet another train, number 777, at Shelby, Mississippi. The brakeman was riding 3 cars back from the engine. Suddenly, the train made an emergency stop, and the engineer whistled out a flag to protect the front of the train. The brakeman jumped off the freight car he was riding and ran ahead. He had his white lantern, and, as he ran by the engine, the fireman handed him a red lantern. The brakeman ran a couple of 100 yards ahead to a tangent section of track. As he did, he could hear his train reverse and back away. The brakeman was left alone at his post for over 2 hours. Finally, he heard his train slowly approaching. The brakeman stood in the middle of the track and signaled with the red lantern to show where he was. The engine stopped, and the brakeman climbed in. The crewmen in the cab were silent. The brakeman set his lanterns down and took a seat. Finally, the conductor spoke. "What did you see while we was gone, Suggs?" "Not a thing, sir, except for my own lanterns," the brakeman said. "We seen a train, Suggs," the man said, 300 yards ahead of us here. We thought we'd overlooked orders and met number 777 between stations. So we whistled out a flag and stopped. But then there wasn't no train." He looked over at the engineer and the fireman, and they nodded. "So we backed up to Cleveland and wired ahead to Shelby to be sure. Number 777 has been waiting there on a siding for us the whole time. There isn't any other train." The 3 men sat silent while the young brakeman began to shake with fear. He started to think about standing there alone by himself for 2 hours. What if the ghost train had run by? When the freight got to Shelby, number 777 was still there, waiting for them on the siding. As word of the ghost train spread, several engineers told of seeing ghost lights between Cleveland and Shelby. This was the first time anyone had seen a phantom train. Old-timers said a train had wrecked along there around the turn of the century, killing the engineer and fireman. Was the wrecked train returning as a ghost? And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we conclude the story of the Yazoo and Mississippi Valley Ghost Train. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you in the next installment of this audio series. Thank you very much for listening in, and have a great evening.